ओशन की लगा रखी है अभी तो मैं देख।
डायरेक्ट नहीं दे सकता।
डायरेक्ट भी देख सकता मैं अभी मतलब देख रहा था इसकी।
ये क्या चल रहा है?
ब्रेड वो है ये चटली।
क्या बकचोदी है।
हैगा ये भाई मार्शल आर्ट के दिखाने लग रहे हो। नहीं ये हो कहाँ रहा है ऐसे?
मेरे को नहीं पता कहाँ हो रहा है, देखना पड़ेगा। वो मेरे ये क्या हो गया यूट्यूब स्क्रीन को?
Pria itu sangat lelah.
मेरी सही चल रही है ना लाइव, देखी तूने? मेरे को तो देख नहीं पा रहा
मैं खुद नहीं देख पा रहा हूँ।
Malam itu
ऐसे
ia
देख सकता हूँ लाइव या
terjaga
फिर
sepanjang malam.
छोटे स्क्रीन पे करना पड़ेगा? मैंने फुल स्क्रीन कर दी।
वो कर दे, उसमें कोई इशू थोड़ी है। तो डरने लग रहा है।
Apa yang harus dia lakukan untuk mengembalikan kepercayaannya?
क्या कहानी दिखा रहे हैं? अच्छा भाई।
ओ भाई कुछ तो बढ़िया भी आ रहा है।
है सही सही आ रहा है तेरा?
हाँ
मेरा भी देखियो, मेरी आवाज जा रही है सही से?
देखता हूँ जरा।
Perlahan, samar pria itu
मेन चैनल पे करिए वो पहले वाले पे।
melakukan bela diri.
नहीं मेन पे करी, मैं पहले वाले पे करी हूँ।
तेरे में तो फुल स्क्रीन आ रहा है, मेरा तो मॉनिटर का साइज थोड़ा अलग है ना।
Ketika melihat
अच्छा आवाज जा रही है मेरी?
नहीं मेन पे
menyadari ada yang memperhatikannya, Master menghampiri pria tersebut.
मेरी भी आवाज आ रही है, तेरी भी आ रही है।
मस्त बढ़िया, मैच चालू करो।
एक घंटा लेट हो गया फिर भी नहीं चालू हुआ अभी तक।
Terus berlatih.
तू कह रहा 3 बजे?
नहीं 3:30 पे होता है वैसे, ये 3:50 पे चालू हुआ। लग रहा है ये इसी सब में टाइम लगा रहे
Yang
हैं।
pernah dikatakan oleh
आज
Master
दूसरा दिन है ना, मेन दिन है आज। मैं
नमाज साउंड नहीं हुआ भाई, आज ही कोई कर सकता है तो कर लेगा वरना कल तो भूल जाए।
is a journey.
क्या
Have faith,
अल्लाह जिसको क्लाइम करना है टॉप में ऊपर
you will
वो
do
आज ही कर सकता
just
है। कल
fine.
तो भाई
Always
बचे
be
अभी
yourself.
अभी कौन है? A7 है टॉप पे।
Express yourself.
हाँ ये 7 ही था ना टॉप पे। हाँ वही था।
80 के पास पहुंच गया वो। टोटल पॉइंट कितने जाएंगे क्या लगता है? 225 जाएंगे।
उन्हीं का ये 7 का कारी लोग चल रहा है क्या?
और ना लास्ट देखा नहीं यार, लास्ट के 2 मैच ही तो नहीं देख पाया। वो अबे वो सोलो बंदा जीत जाता है।
देखा था वो?
हाँ देखा मैंने।
वो सोलो
वो क्या-
बंदा भाई
क्या
क्या रिफ्लेक्शन करता है।
क्या मस्त निकाला उसने, उसको भी संभाला और उसको
सामने वाले को भी संभाल दिया।
हाँ
तो वो बंदे ने पहले पता है बार बार पीछे देख रहा था वो कहाँ है बंदा लेटा
हाँ
हुआ।
वही मैं देख रहा, उसने स्पॉट कर लिया था। अब वो सोच रहा था कि ये मार ना दे मेरे को।
फिर मैं सोचा कि अब मार ही दूंगा इसको, रिस्क लगा लेना। मैं होता ना तो मैं तो साला स्प्रे पूरा भरता, रिलोड पे आता अच्छे से, वो सीन हो जाता।
सामने वाला जाते ही होल्ड कर गया।
ये तो लॉ है वो, पीछे देख लॉ है ना। इसी को ब्रूस ली कहते हैं, मैं भूल गया यार।
ओए यार
इतने टाइम से मैं गलत फहमी में था।
मैंने आप देखा था तेरे में पहले आ गया क्या? मेरा लगा डिले चल रहा है।
अच्छा इनसे पार्टनरशिप हुई है, निकी तभी दिखा रहे हैं है ना।
मेरा लग रहा डिले चल रहा है क्या?
मैं ओशन की देख रहा हूँ ना।
तो ओशन क्या आगे चलता है?
अबे तो एक कोई इसने मराठी और भी लैंग्वेज है ना। देख ऊपर लिखा आ रहा है 15 मिनट डिले।
ओशन का क्यों चला रहा हो भाई? ओशन की आवाज भी जा रही हो किसमें?
सही है ना।
Thank you so much, Lady Hack and the Java Star team for that incredible performance. It really was amazing. And now, as you can tell, we are no longer on the main stage. We are in fact standing in front of Inco
तो वो कह रहा था
Gaming's
मेरे को भी
booth,
ले
the
लो,
team
तो
who are
मैंने कहा ले
currently
लेते हैं भाई,
sitting
आ
in
जाओ।
second place in our leaderboard, Donna.
Yes, of course. Dan terima kasih
अबे
banyak
मास्क
kepada
लगा के
Lady
बंदे
Hack
घूम रहे हैं ये।
and the Java Star team atas
इनका
performance
permanent
yang
mask है
luar
ये।
biasa. Dan teman-teman sekalian, kita sedang berada di
Ah,
depan dari
normal
Inco
fella, halo,
Gaming,
halo.
yang dimana sekarang sedang berada di posisi kedua dari leaderboard.
कहना
Yang
क्या
akan
चाहती
kita
है?
ajak ngobrol-ngobrol terlebih dahulu.
ओहो।
ये बंदा तो इंडियन लग रहा है।
Let's go.
So we figured as
Indian
Inco
ये
Gaming are
पहले भी
currently
था
in
ये।
second position in our leaderboard, we
ये
would
तो
like to have a
ताऊ
quick
ताऊ
chat
क्या
with
बोल
one of
रहा
the
है?
players. So Nenebet, if you could come over here, that would be fantastic and stand
जब
right next to
मजा
me.
तब
We'd
आता
like to
जब
ask you a
वो
few
वो आता
questions
ना
about
अरबी का
yesterday and obviously
वो
how
तो
you're
बोलता है
following
लगता ही
today
है।
going into day 2. So first of all, which team do you feel gave you the most trouble yesterday, and what are
भाई
you
इन्हीं
guys
ने
going
कैमिन
to
ने
do
भाई
to
सही जगह
prevent
हाथ
that
मारा
from
है, देख रहे
happening
हो?
again today?
Vocês ficaram na segunda posição ontem, então ele está perguntando qual das equipas deram mais problema para vocês ontem e o que vocês vão fazer para melhorar isso.
कौन सी भाषा है ये?
que trabalhou bastante, a gente foi
और मैं
IHC,
अपने सब्सक्राइबर कैसे देख
hoje pra
पाऊंगा?
resolver esse problema, a gente vai matar
कौन
eles.
देख रहा है मेरे?
So like for the special team that caught them
यार
out of
दूसरा
trouble,
दूसरा
like
फोन
IHC,
लेना पड़ेगा।
दूसरा
like so-
फोन लेना
so
पड़ेगा
today,
मुझे तेरे।
the plan is like to
तो
eliminate
तेरा
them
फोन
early.
यूज करने पड़ेंगे।
Oh wow,
Monitor
jadi
लगाओ भाई
tim
दूसरा।
yang kata Inco Gaming paling ngeribetin di hari pertama kemarin
अरे
adalah
भाई क्या बोल दी?
IHC atau IHC dan pastinya plan mereka
अब तो तेरे में
untuk hari
delay
ini
आ रहा है
adalah
यार,
untuk
मैं-
eliminasi
मतलब तेरे में आगे का आ रहा है।
IHC as fast or as soon as possible.
या
Wow.
तो मैं भी ओसन का लगा दूं।
One thing that we don't talk
अरे नहीं, मैं
about
रोक
enough as
दूंगा ना,
well,
तू मेरे को बता
about
कहाँ
competing
तक
on the main
क्या
stage.
दिखा
is
तूने
रहा है?
mindsets.
इंडियन
You
वाला
guys
बंदा
need to
बोला,
have
वो
a
वहाँ
clear
तो अब
mind,
आया
and so
थोड़ी
how
देर
do you
बाद है।
guys, how do you and the rest of your team keep your composure
तो
and
इंडियन
stay so
थोड़ी है ये, तो
calm
साला
when
कुछ और ही
competing
भाषा
here?
बोल रहा है।
Então ele disse que a mentalidade durante o jogo é muito importante. O que você e a vossa equipa
चल
faz
मैं तेरी स्ट्रीम देख।
manter a calma durante os jogos.
अरे मेरी डायरेक्ट लगा देना तू।
A gente
अच्छा
respira fundo.
डायरेक्ट कौन सा खोला है तूने, ये बता
So
मेरे।
just like
इंग्लिश वाला
you breathe in a lot.
इंग्लिश वाले देख।
Breathing a lot. Oke, jadi untuk stay calm
पता
atau
चला
tetap
चैनल
tenang,
बंद मेरा
mereka
bench।
atur nafas sebisa
क्यों बंद
mereka
होगा भाई, ऐसे
semaksimal
काहे डर
mereka
रहे हो?
sendiri untuk bisa mendapatkan atau memainkan game lebih efektif lagi setiap harinya. Well done.
Quite a hot topic at the moment as well is what is on everyone's minds as well right now in the leaderboard. The top 3 teams are all Brazilian. So is there anything that you would like to
पीछे
say
कौन सी टीम है
to
बैठी हुई
your,
तो?
you know, your companions from Brazil, but also your
इनको ही तो
rivals
है।
while you're here competing?
अच्छा
ये बंदा खड़ा है जो
O que estão falando muito agora é que tipo o top
मास्क
3
लगा के
são
बैठे
todos do
हैं
Brasil.
ऐसे
O que você queria
खतरनाक
falar
वाला।
com as outras duas equipas do Brasil?
Hoje o mundo vai conhecer o poder do Brasil.
क्या क्यों डरा भाई?
So he said like today the world will know like the power of the Brazilian teams.
ओ भाई क्या बोल रहे
What,
हैं?
sorry?
The world will know like the
Brazilian.
power of the Brazilian teams.
Oh, oke. Jadi kata IHC hari ini dunia akan mengetahui power atau kekuatan dari tim Brazilian. Wow, luar biasa sekali. Let's go.
एनर्जी तो है लड़की में।
Nenebet, thank you so much for joining us in this pre-match interview. We wish you
मेरे को
and
तो
the rest of
देखेला
your
लग
team
रही है
all the
कहीं
luck that we can give you for the remainder of
तो
today
तुम
and
ही
of
देख
course
सकते हो
tomorrow.
बाजी।
And hopefully you can raise that trophy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Donna, we are going to be closing in on
साला
our
पूरा
first
देखना
match today.
पड़ेगा
Is that right?
बकचोदी भी देखना।
भाई ये इंडियन बंदा तो
They
खतरनाक लग रहा है
are
भाई।
ready
कौन सा
now,
है?
Banks. Jadi teman-teman semuanya sebelum kita mulai
रोनाल्डो आ गया
kita
क्या?
panasin
यू
lagi kali ya sekali lagi.
कहाँ आ गया रोनाल्डो?
Lagi kali ya.
अरे वो आवाज निकाल रहे थे ना ऐसे यू जो निकालता है। अरे भाई साहब
Let's head over to the analyst desk where
भाई
they can
क्या
break
ही आवाज है।
everything down before we go into our first match.
Jadi langsung aja tanpa basa-basi lagi kita langsung oper menuju ke analis desk kita untuk bisa break everything down. Jadi host dan juga analis kece kita silahkan.
क्या हो
Thank
गया?
you so much, Banks and Donna Visca from the stage, and welcome back, everybody, to PMGC
Hey, Buck.
2022 Grand Finals. My name is Felix, and I'll be once again
भाई
being
इंडियन
guest
कास्टर को
host for the
वो
day.
नहीं मिला क्या
So,
मौका?
let me just tell you, the energy in here
English
is
fluent चाहिए लग रहा है।
absolutely electrifying. It is
वो
completely
बंदे
on the
chat में क्या लिख
charts,
रहे
and
हैं?
I'm so hyped to be here. And obviously, I have the honor to introduce you to these two beautiful
क्या लिख रहे हैं?
panelists joining
खतरनाक
me
बंदे।
today. One of which is Maxman, one of which is Sam.
I want her to tell you.
As you said, it's electrifying. So I think that we kind of like absorbed that atmosphere right now. Seven, I mean, we had a fantastic day one here in the grand finals, and if it's just even remotely close today, I'll be hyped. But we know that teams have made changes. Today is going to be even better than what we saw yesterday.
I already reached my step goals, and that
भाई
was just
स्टार्ट
from me
करो
jumping around
भाई।
and forth.
16 सेकंड पीछे था मेरा। ये क्या हो गया?
By the way, but they're still going.
तीन बंदे नहीं दिख रहे क्या तेरे को?
Something that has a lot of energy.
नहीं मैंने
as
देखा
well.
अभी
I love
16
it.
सेकंड पीछे
Sorry,
था।
sorry.
मुझे यार अपना
Experience
दूसरा फोन
one,
लेके आना
but
पड़ेगा।
before, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors.
अपने chat नहीं देख पा रहा ना।
Which were co-developed. You
हेलो
can
गाइस
see
जो भी
those
ज्वाइन
programs
कर
by the
रहा
way
है
right here,
लाइक
which
करने
were
का।
co-developed in collaboration with professional esports.
अरे मन फोन दिखाएगा
players.
अपना।
Play PUBG Mobile with Xperia streams, total cooling system.
भाई भी कहेगा इतने कौन से चैट आ रही है यार।
Streaming in case of highlights. And also, don't forget to check out Prime Gaming, another sponsor for this beautiful tournament here in Jakarta, Indonesia. So check out Prime Gaming. You will find lots of free content for all your favorite games, sometimes free games itself, and especially interesting to you guys at home playing PUBG.
टिक्सी को पाजी वर्ल्ड के बेस्ट प्लेयरों में
PUBG Mobile items and Prime Gaming as well. Make sure to check them out.
वही तो देख रहे हैं यार, मजा आता देख के भाई क्या खेलते हैं.
PMGC 2022 Grand Final journey is PBESI, which is the local esports association in Indonesia. Thank you so much PBESI for supporting.
देखो तो विटाली वाला मस्त लगा, वो मैं ट्राई करूंगा अपना.
क्या?
विटाली ने जो मारा था पेड़ से बिना स्कोप के.
Make sure to check out the PMGC.
कर्सर उसके मुंह पे ले जाके बस मार के सीधा पेड़ पे 1 मिलीसेकंड में.
You are able to collect
कौन सा DBS वाला करेगा?
the area map, and you can use them to vote for your favorite team inside the esports center. So make sure to just open your app and get right in there.
कोई नहीं देख रहा था.
Last but not least,
अभी स्टार्ट का हुआ, बंदे आएंगे ना.
It's as easy as that. Make sure to check out YouTube. Make sure to check out Instagram. Make sure to check out Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. We're on all of that with a name across all
मैं तो स्ट्रीम लैब पे कर रहा हूँ,
mobile
तो इस पे कर
esports. So
रहा
make sure to follow our social
स्ट्रीम लैब पे ही
channels.
कर रहा हूँ मैं, अभी भूल गया था मैं.
If we could, we'll be on MySpace too.
Does that still exist?
Can't do that anymore.
अच्छा कितने घंटे के लिए करेगा? जब तक
Looking
चलता है.
at a quick overview of what we have planned for today. You saw 6 matches yesterday. We'll have 6 matches today, 6 matches tomorrow. And you can
तो किसको support कर रहा
check
है?
out the total prize pool as well. 1.5 million
कौन
US
सी टीम चाहता था
मैं
कि हाँ
एसटी को देखता था, बट बाकी अभी तो जो भी जीते अच्छी टीम ही आएगी सामने.
Day rate 4-7. They're going to be making that.
Calm down, Jason.
बाकी A7 और वैम्पायर ये भी बढ़िया लगते हैं यार टीम दोनों.
So many opportunities for these teams now that we see on our
गेक भी
screen.
पता नहीं नाम कह रहा था,
Yeah,
गेक भी एक तगड़ी है.
A lot of these teams definitely need to make some
Geek
changes.
तो
I'm
American
gonna be
team
looking
लग रही
at
है, क्या
Star
है?
Wars.
ये
I'm gonna be
झंडा
looking
समझ
at
नहीं आ रहा
Wolves
मुझे.
too. Wolves actually made a bit of a change
Yeah.
yesterday. You saw them
ये है
start
ना
to
अमेरिका
perform
की टीम.
well, and I feel like
अमेरिका
that's
की है ना?
one that I do want to see a
लैटिन
change from.
अमेरिका
It's
की
gonna be
होगी शायद.
alter ego. I mean, we've been seeing the crowd get hyped.
ये वहाँ जो
It's actually a
ब्राजील
lot
वाले
more
3 है क्या?
back.
ये ग्रीन
There's
वाला
a lot
ब्राजील है
more
क्या?
energy here on day number 2, and this team performed really well.
मैं
for
वहाँ
the
से
last
वो भी ब्राजील
match
गया.
yesterday.
बेइज्जती करवा रहा हूँ मैं. झंडे नहीं बताऊँ. ओ भाई MVP T2K का शैडो है क्या?
संदेश T2K
Sand
Shandish.
विटाली तेरे में तीसरे नंबर में.
अच्छा इसी की बात कर रहा था.
हाँ.
Their big second place game, they got how many?
consistent खेल रहे हैं इनको भी.
One of our top fragging games of all of that first day, and he was the one to stand out the most. I would love to
एक्शन नहीं दिख रहा है इसमें, ना टॉप दिख रहा.
100%, and then we go to
आएंगे, आ
उनका
जाएंगे.
टाइम नहीं चल रहा.
आ
हाँ
जाएंगे,
दिख रहा है पावर.
They did kind of fall off a little bit there in the last 2 matches, but I think they're going to be able to come back in hot today at the start. 1246 average damage.
ये भी मैंने नहीं देखी भाई.
Absolutely insane. Inco Gaming as
ये
well.
मंगोलिया की
What
टीम है
I'm
भाई
actually
ये तो.
surprised at here is we have IHC, and we heard Inco Gaming talking about them. So I
ये
wonder
S2G कहाँ
how
गया?
that
ये
dynamic
S2G
is
है ना
gonna be
ये?
playing out today. And last but not least, you do have
S2G?
S2G.
हाँ,
पे,
ये टूनिशिया की है, टूनिशिया.
One of the teams that we talked about had the least impact in terms of eliminations inside these games. Still putting out
S2G भी बढ़िया खेलते थे.
to you guys.
The thing is, as you said, right? They're going to have a lot of
इन्होंने चिकन भी लिया शायद है ना
we
एक.
did see towards the end is they were trying to step up their
चिकन का
right? They
एडमिन
were very clearly like, okay, we've got a lot of placement points, we need to shift things up. Then they got eliminations and then get placement points. So
इस बार
you need
time
to
खोटी
find
नहीं
that
कर रहे
middle ground
ज़्यादा
to some extent, but a
ही.
lot of
चालू
that
हो
damage
जाता
coming out from SGG was from that second
दो
half
watching
of
आ
the
रही
day.
है. तू देख
They
रहा है
find
क्या
that
मेरे
middle
से?
ground 7, I'd have to say
नहीं, मैं तो बंद कर दिया था.
looking amazing
देख रहे होंगे
into
भाई
these
बंदे.
6 matches.
जो भी देख रहे हैं लाइक
I
ठोक
have
दो
them as
भाई.
my top 5. I'm hoping that it ends up happening. I feel like they showed
और
the
बताओ
potential
तुम्हारी
yesterday
कौन
in
सी
certain
favorite
matches
team
that
है?
they can get that
या
fighting
जिस
power
टीम को
back.
तुम देखना चाहते हो
I'm just
जीतते
gonna
हो.
repeating what you just said, which is pretty much they need to find that happy place between placement and also eliminations.
अच्छा गेम में इतनी बकचोदी नहीं हो पाएगी, इतनी वॉच पार्टी में हो जाएगी.
Starting off with game number 1, an
और ये
absolute
भाई 7 का दिखा
गेम
रहा
में
है.
कौन से जोन में बसट स्टार्ट होती है?
maybe even 3 kills in that quick succession.
मुझे तो लग रहा है
Talk about it, but the top fraggers like, yeah,
फोर्थ थर्ड या
वही मैप है ये वाला.
this guy just stepped up. He was,
ये
so many
अब यही तो मारता हूँ.
just Brazil.
मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है चलाते हैं तब.
They showed up on a singular play and as a team.
ओ भाई स्प्रे दे टिन टिन ऐड वाटर.
ओ भाई ये देख रहा हूँ.
And if I'm not mistaken, those
हम
first
इसके
two
साथ
eliminations
कर ही नहीं
actually
पाते.
came in the first 2 games.
गलती की कोई गुंजाइश नहीं है भाई.
Able to get any big
यहाँ गलती, यहाँ तो अलग लेवल
He
को
was like,
मारता
you know what,
हूँ.
let me just lay back, relax. In the first game, he ended up with 7 elims. In the
उतार
second
दिया
game,
भाई.
he ended up with 6. So I'm hoping a bit of it.
मैं तो उम्मीद नहीं
नेट
लगता
डाला
है
इसने,
कि
देखा वहीं पर ही है तो भी.
You were talking
ओ
about
भाई
it
2
yesterday
नॉक.
too, how well they played Sandhawk. that they ended up
अरे
winning.
एक स्प्रे में ये 2-3 बंदे नॉक डाल सकते थे ना,
I think this is the moment right here where we had the entire crowd just go, oh, like they just lit up.
हमारा एक स्प्रे में मैच नॉक होता है, दूसरे स्प्रे में फिनिश होता है।
A7 वाले भाई बीस्ट।
अच्छा देख तीसरा A7 लेगी यहाँ चिकन, चौथा ये लगी थी। हाँ क्या नाम है इसका?
And I think for me, it's
सर
gonna
चौथा
be
STG लेगी
STG
थी।
and SCG. Going back to what you were saying, if they can find a happy place between those placement points and
हाँ,
also the
STG लेगी
eliminations,
थी
they can
चौथा।
maybe go up above
ये वाला
that
STG
gaming.
लेगी।
And then you have C2K.
एक इनको ले गए थे ये वाला।
16 eliminations for that team in one.
ये मेरा मार रहा है यार
They
उसका।
definitely show that potential.
A7 है भाई,
You've been
78।
mentioning, you can see this Alpha 7.
बात तो तीनों फ्लैग एक ही है।
Top
भाई
69, nice.
नाम रोशन कर रहे भाई, ऐसे अगर इंडिया आगे जाते तो
मजा आ रहा है।
देख नीचे भी भाई एक ही झंडा।
T2 के वाले DRS ने क्या मारा था पहले, लेकिन मजा आया था।
You said Brazil, you said S2G.
मंगोलिया से IHS, अच्छी बढ़िया खेली।
We'll see if it's still the case at the end of the day.
To be fair, I only had 2 Brazilian teams. Okay, so I'm actually surprised that it's doing this well. But then if we go through
वैसे इतना गैप नहीं है, एक बढ़िया चिकन डिनर निकाल लिया ना।
Or Angryman, this was a team that showed.
ओ यार वैम्पायर कहाँ पहुँच गई?
Especially it started picking up on the second half of the day.
वैम्पायर ST नोवा सारे
Talk about Firefly.
नीचे
चार टीमें तो नीचे है, चार नहीं तीन
The
टीम।
thing is, a lot of their points came out from that one.
भाई वैम्पायर टीम को देख रहे हो भाई, कहाँ 15वें चैंपियंस टीम यहाँ है वैसे।
We need to see consistency from this team to climb up and hopefully.
वैसे इन्होंने पता है वहाँ पे भी इन्होंने ऐसे ही करा था पहले दिन ना, एकदम बेकार खेल के अगले दिन एकदम ही चिकन पे चिकन 3 चिकन निकाले थे शायद।
So the inconsistency here really needs to be fixed. Looking at Inkyo against INF, interesting statistics.
Yeah, interesting statistics. I mean, that average elimination when you're looking at 5 is just
Camin
something
का
of
नाम आ रहा
absolute
है।
beauty when you're looking at it. At this level of competition in PUBG Mobile Esports, having a 5 average elimination per game is absolutely mental. The question is, of course, as
फूल
you
तो भाई
mentioned,
तगड़ा मिलने वाला है
can they keep
इनको।
it up today? If they do,
प्राइस
they're
फुल
looking
कितना है
like
पता
they're
तेरे
not
को?
gonna budge from those top positions.
And what was crazy to me, and I mean, they did have 2 games.
शायद उतना था 40 मिलियन था ना, 40 मिलियन कितना था मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा। 40 मिलियन तो ज्यादा हो जाएगा यार, 4 मिलियन होगा।
दिखाएंगे शायद अभी।
DRS, we know we've been wanting to talk about that team. That team showed up big time in the first game yesterday.
मैक्सिमम 25 तो रहा है, क्या दिखा रहे हैं? टॉप रेंगल प्रॉप, अच्छा रेंगल का दिखा रहे हैं।
Fantastic. We need to see more of the essence of that game in the other ranking, in the other matches.
ने मेरा मार 2 मेरा मार 3 रंगल।
ये 12 बजे क्यों दिखा रहा है? वहाँ 12 बज रहे हैं।
वहाँ पे 12।
Looking at what we're going to see today, you already saw it, but it's going to be the normal rotation that we saw yesterday as well. Starting off with Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, and then the same thing except Sanhok is switched out for Erangel. In the end, exciting games that we have seen yesterday. A storyline with the whole Brazil region coming on clutch in the last games as well.
I'm sorry. Wait a second. Did
Tell
you
me
just
about
say?
Oh, that is just.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Did you say yeah?
Listen, I don't get to do this often. I don't get to brag this much because this team, the region usually lets me down a little bit, okay? But they're doing so well that I had to bring out the flag and just showcase it. Soak it in. Vamos Brasil, muito amor.
I think you'll have to give that to Blank. He was a bit cold. I think you're right.
I'll
You're
give
right.
it to him.
Yeah.
You're screaming already forward. Coming to the teams to watch, and I'm especially interested because you keep saying you're all about Brazil. Do we have a lot of Brazil teams on you? No, not really. It's only A7 now.
Yeah, it's only A7, and that's because they are truly leading. I felt like they definitely dropped off in the last 2 games yesterday. I want to see how
Games
they're
to
coming
watch.
out. And because I have Nova, they usually tend to bounce back in day number 2.
इसका कमबैक लग रहा है तेरे को आज?
We were talking about this too, and I know
Nova
they have too. They got a win yesterday.
मेरे को ST का लग रहा है,
They didn't get a win.
तो वैम्पायर भी है बट एक पे खेलना पड़ेगा।
वैम्पायर तो तोड़ेगी मुझे लग रहा है।
आप तो ST का चिकन भी है कंफर्म।
देखते हैं।
I want to see more of
मैं पहली बार देख रहा हूँ।
सेनो बढ़िया खेलती है, बट उसमें भी यार कल चली नहीं।
Yeah, so I went up to him. I was like, "Do you think you're gonna?" I expected to be at least top 3. He's like, "You know what? Top 5." And then he was like,
इसमें जो
"Actually, top 3."
क्राउड का साउंड आता है ना,
So the
मजा आता है
confidence is
उसमें।
there, pretty much.
Well,
कोई
it
टीम
has to be
मरते हैं।
specified. He means that for today.
जो पिछली बार भी कर रहे थे।
उस टाइम जब सोल ने मारा था ना, तब चीखे से चिल्ला रहे थे।
Either way, we'll be getting into the first
नहीं,
game.
थोड़ा लगा कि कुछ तो करा सालों ने।
John Allen and Blank are standing ready at the commentary desk.
कुछ तो करा वरना दिक्कत।
No messing. We're going right over here.
7 seasons वाला नहीं देखा था
taking it in to gain
एक ही मैच देखा
number
बस
1 here
सारा
for
वाला बाकी
PMGC
देखा
22
स्काउट में जो 1v2 किया था
हाँ बचता रहा एसटी को तो कर रहा था ना
Absolutely has. It has been phenomenal to watch play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still.
वो उसके वीडियो क्लिप को चलाएगा लाइफ टाइम
ये क्या हो रहा है प्रमोशन चल रहा है क्या
though right now. He's bringing me heat. He's bringing me warmth. The top 3. They're looking for a little bit more. I'm steaming.
इसकी जगह अगर इंडिया होती तो क्या ये तब भी ऐसे ही कर रहे होते
Anyway, let's keep this on for a little while longer. But heading over to the venue right
क्या लिखा है
now.
चेता
Checking out.
हैदर क्या क्या लिख रहा है मैच कितना बड़ा है
This has been a fantastic time. I'm really happy with the way this tournament
स्टेडियम है क्या
we've had a beautiful
लग भी ऐसे ही रहा है
just in terms of audience, just in
थिएटर
terms
टाइप
of
लग
the
रहा
amount of people that are here cheering.
और तू 2 सेकंड के लिए बंद कर और चला
And I don't think we could
क्या?
have
पॉज
a better
कर
day.
2 सेकंड पॉज करके प्ले कर दे तो 1-2 सेकंड आगे चल रहा है
है ना
अभी पता चलिए रुक जा अभी पता चलेगा
वो तो तू लाइव कर देना सीधा डायरेक्ट रिफ्रेश कर दे मैं तो लाइव पे ही चल रहा हूँ
national team that is here
हाँ।
for the region.
तू मुझे पीछे आने को बोल रहा तू
They are at the top of the
वो कर
table
दे
when it comes to that support, which is
आ
phenomenal to
जाओ
see.
Yeah, I mean, I did get to actually speak to Denny earlier.
7 के चारों बंदे दिख रहे हैं अब
Alter Ego.
हाँ हाँ मैं भी
And
वहीं
what I was telling was that like it kind of looks like this is a team that
यार ये पंखा वंखा का सीन क्या है
through a real bracket.
यहाँ ऐसी ठंडी चल रही है और पंखा चला दे तो बंदा अकड़ जाए उंगलियां हो गया स्टार्ट भाई चलो
It's kind of those little things that are off, and I think that's to be expected
Oh,
with this kind of stage.
Everybody screen पे देखते हैं
And I think for Alter Ego, just getting out that 16th place would be a massive boost to their confidence today. And I think they can
चलो हो गया
do
भाई
that if they can continue
कोई
with this.
ड्रॉप क्लैश होने वाला है देखो
They
भाई
need to bring up that
आज तो होगा ये
skill
drop
level in
clash.
terms of the mechanical play, those team fights. And yesterday we saw
ST
them
का
take out
Nova है,
Nova
वो तो नहीं करेंगे।
in that 4v4, which is not easy
Nova
to
का
say the
गुट का।
least. So I think that confidence is really something.
A7 वाला किसका है? A7 का कहाँ पे पता तुझे?
We've seen it come
वहाँ
out
पे
now
होगा
and again,
drop
and it works. So you maybe just need to relieve that pressure.
7 वालों को ही तो नीचे गिराना है लोगों को
Relate to what Nenebete was
उतर
saying.
गए 7
In
जोर
the
दो
case
आती है क्या
of
वो
Just breathe.
जोर 60
Calm, keep it cool. It's what you got to do in the Pmgc.
भाई
With this being a
A7 के साथ कौन सी
3
दिख रही
days
है
only,
2 के 4 AM
cool a lot of times.
Play path for match number 7 here at the grand finals. Goes north to south again. We've seen fairly fair play paths over the course of the entirety of yesterday. Continue that trend today, it seems, to kick things off here for our
ओए ढोल बज रहा है क्या?
the first of 6 matches that we'll be seeing.
Absolutely, John. I think that's
बंदों का केडी दिखा रहे हैं शायद
पूरा मुझे मैच वाली फीलिंग आती है जब क्रिकेट मैच में नहीं होता
no one
और
that
हम
can
होते
really go
रहते हैं
out after these games have concluded on the old Instagram.
अबे S2G ने कर दिया लग रहा है
Say, look, this
Nova
team
के
didn't deserve that win.
लग रहा है बट नोवा स्प्लिट है पूरा
Position in terms of playing path.
ये मतलब सोल वाले के बिल्कुल
I think everyone's had to really
एग्जैक्ट सेम
work for their position.
स्प्लिट में लूटते हैं वो भी
So
यार
you will have to hear.
इसी को देख के
Doesn't
कॉपी
really
करा
favour
हुआ
anyone at all. It's a difficult circle to
इनको भी तो
play.
काफी बंदे टीम में
This could
कॉपी
be
करते
heading
हैं
over
नोवा
towards Yasnaya, which means we have that finish over in the compounded area, which currently Influence came in very happy
इसे वरनी में
around.
T2 के
This is the first time we're seeing this circle up towards that northeastern side.
T2 lobby
With
के
the
बंदे
statistics coming through, showing that Influence came in is the best team.
ये
So
WL
far
वाली
on
टीम
our
कैसी
angle,
है
despite
मैंने
having
देखा
one of the
मतलब
lowest
रहती है
damage numbers here out of those top
WL
teams.
वाली
This could be a really, really good chance for them. Inco, though, we know
Bro.
how they
अच्छा
do
wall
already.
Wall
Sending their way up towards that
Full
north side of the map, that
अबे क्या
northeast side. to
क्वालिटी
get a
कैसे कम होगी
position.
ओ भाई भाई
Placement,
क्लैश
go from there.
भाई बच गया
Just getting those vehicles first
अरे
on board.
720 कैसे हो रहा है भाई 1000 रहा है भाई
Inco will be moving a little bit further. In Alpha 7, our current leaders with
कोई
a
नहीं है Alpha
9-point
7
lead against Inco
4 है इसके
will
सामने
be on that northwestern side and
A7
trying to get
भाई
as
बहुत
much
lead
loot
ना
as
बना
they
ले बस
can. And if you guys are trying to get as much loot as you can at home, make sure you're checking out the 2022 Pmgc special crates available until January the 8th.
We know with the
ब्रो
way I've been seeing these players in game, I'm very
उसका
jealous
पूरा
of
नाम
these
क्या है
outfits
ब्रो
at
का
the moment. Probably one of the coolest PMGC skins,
बताओ
in my
तुझे
opinion.
ब्रूस्की
So get them while you can.
वो तो player का
Only
नाम है।
available till January 8th.
Sky
So
only.
time is running out right now. Just one more day. So make sure you
वो
can
फाइट होगी
grab them whilst you
इनको से
can.
फाइट ले रहे हैं
Maybe
ब्रू वाले
I
हाँ
think at this point in
ड्रॉप
time it is
क्लास
just one more day, depending.
मेरे को तो
even on
मिनी
time
वाला
zones.
दिख रहा है
You got to be quick, guys.
तो
You gotta
वही
be
इसी का तो है
snappy
वो
on
तो
that
गन वन
stall.
लेके आ गया टीममेट
Pick
भी आ
up
गया उसके
those
बाकी
crates
get going.
हाँ ये तो
Specifically, a lot
शेल्टर
of
में
these
हो रही
teams
है.
are going to have to be snappy inside this lobby too.
इधर एक बंदे को
The
लेने वाला
circle
है.
being where it is,
को वालों के
a
पीछे
lot
पड़
of
गए
these
भाई.
teams over
क्या
towards that
बात है.
western side will have to make
इनको
some moves
बागेट
fairly
बंदे क्या हैं
quickly.
इसके?
I'm
दूसरे
looking
पे है,
particularly
मतलब
over
दूसरे
towards 4M,
अच्छा लेने आया
A7,
था.
Fireflux, IHC, all clubbed up towards North George and
Prison में
south. Got Fireflux currently making their way down that western coastal side on yellows. It's a great place to pick up some more vehicles.
बीन के बगल से भी बंदा जाएगा ना तो भी इतना कुछ वो नहीं करेंगे कि जाओ पकड़ो उससे पीछे जाओ. अवॉइड ही करेंगे.
Not a bad idea whatsoever because that's going to give you more time. Even if you only have 2 vehicles, having 2 players in crates gives you a phenomenal amount of
understanding
on, which means when they do head towards the circle, yes, they'll have to move soon, but at least they'll have some gear to do it with.
Fireflux 2 and 2 on the west coast. We saw Buradam rotating 2 and 2 on the east side, going towards the Povka, which is just on the edge of
Yeah,
this
first
first
बंदे
zone.
कितना split है?
So we'll see a
Hospital
little
में
bit
दो
of
यहाँ
looting
पे.
going on there. Inco
ST
breaking north with some of their own players as well, moving up to that east side of
ST Nova में.
Yasnaya and Influence Kemen, not wasting any time.
ये सही जगह लगती है मुझे.
Sending a
इतनी
player
बड़ी
up
जगह
towards
कोई
Kowalski,
ड्रॉप क्लास
gonna
करने
mount
कम नहीं
up
आता
towards the
है.
top of
कोई
Stalber
आता ही
Hill,
नहीं
maybe
उधर.
even break as wide as Kameshki.
It's a really interesting meta that Inco's kind of bringing
इनका
out
loot
these
की कमी
days
नहीं होती
because
है.
I no
Full
longer
thrower,
think
full
that
heal.
Inco has this set drop spot anymore.
अभी तो ये
For them,
फाइट
they
लेते हैं,
have
भरते हैं पूरा
generalized position
यूटिलिटी
where they'll
वगैरह
drop
से
on the
पेलते
map,
हैं.
but that's not their spot entirely per se. It's just a case of this is where they'll begin their journey. A lot of times this is more of a case of dropping on top of vehicles because they
इन्होंने भी भाई
instantly send
खतरनाक
it
जगह ले
towards a
रखी है.
position where they can start to play out the rest of the
Vampire.
game a lot easier for themselves. It does mean that they
मेरा
get
भी
quite a lot of
favorite
trash
बोलो तो
loot.
यही है. Military base मुझे
We
अच्छे
saw
लगते हैं
this
वही जगह.
towards of the end game of the final game
ओ हो गई
yesterday.
हो जाओ हो जाओ हो
You know,
जाओ. अरे भाई एकदम क्लोज. एक गिर जाए बस.
बस तेरा आगे कैसे हो गया?
दोनों को लो कर दिया भाई. वो गिरा दिया भाई. हो गया.
Nothing else on board.
अबे भाई साहब क्या मारा.
T2K
ओ 1v3 1v3. ओ भाई 1v3. ओ भाई. ओ भाई बच गया. क्या भाई मारा. ये क्या देख लिया ये. इतना भाई प्रो बंदों में से पेल दिया.
T2 पे तो मुझे ऐसे लगती है. अबे तेरा आगे हो गया. तेरा आगे हो गया.
रिफ्रेश करवा दिया तुमने.
मैं भी रिफ्रेश कर रहा. अरे मेरा वो ना क्वालिटी चेंज करने गया था तो मैं पीछे.
क्या ही खेला यार.
Seriously good stuff. Very snappy too.
अभी दूसरी टीम आ रही है ना 4M.
T2K looking for revenge from match 6
देख रहा है पीछे से हील मार रहा.
Are unable to find it even though they did have the drop. 4am. Chingchen.
तो फुल इंटरेस्टिंग हो गया. लोड हो
Right now
गया.
IHC are just a little bit tight at the moment.
ये भी पंगे नहीं लेगा भाई.
All hunkered up.
निकलो यहाँ से.
This could be a recipe for
यही तो
disaster.
मौका
There is a
है.
vehicle on the outside. Chingchen
निकल
right
गए.
now starting to move out. 4am maybe hoping to get ahead of the pack here. They realize they do need to get further in. They made their sprint nice and early over from North George. They were ahead of A7. We're still over towards Arky side.
तेरे में क्या दिखा रहा है? मेरे में ISC का बग्गी दिखा रहा है.
T2K, they lost the majority of their players there, but they still have one.
सेम चल
They'll
रहा
be
है.
in
खरे काफी देर तक
the
बग्गी दिखाई
hills,
तो क्या
on the
पता.
ridge sides on the west of Stalber.
तो जी.
मेरे स्ट्रीम में यार क्या दिखा रहा है?
Fifth place right now, 51 points, so T2K having a pretty solid day one overall. Not a great way to start their day two. Geek
अब ठीक
Fam,
हुआ.
7th place on the tables, very, very close by as well. From 4th all the
Vampire
way down
zone
to,
में.
I would say 9th. There is
अभी
that sort
WL
of
का
clear
दिखा रहा है.
bracket. Probably 8th you could probably cut it out at, but it is looking like you have that central
Wolf.
pack. If they can catch up to Inco and Alpha 7, fantastic. But there is that little bit of argy-bargy going on. 5 points from 3rd down to 8th.
इसमें बंदे ज्यादातर क्या यूज कर रहे हैं. ओ भाई गिराएगा गिराएगा. बच गया.
A great opportunity to actually move their way up on the leaderboard. Inco, again, set themselves up nice and early down towards that eastern side of Yaz. On some really nice compounds, highly elevated too, so it's going to give them so much information. Kind of banking on this central spot over towards the eastern side. I think the circle could outplay them, right? Could head up towards that northern side, but they're playing the numbers game. And for Inco, they can play the numbers game all day long. I think for them it's really these blast out games that are super beneficial for them. They do taper off sometimes, though we have seen them start off very slow and then ramp up towards the end of the day. The only thing that really worries me about Inco, I think A7 has that kind of consistent streak where they get that momentum on board and it's good to go.
And I think if we see Alpha 7 have a good game at the start of the day right now,
1080 तो मैंने भी कर रहा है मतलब मैं देख सही रहा हूँ पर स्ट्रीम में लैग हो रहा है.
You're talking about some of these teams down towards the bottom side. I think it's still very malleable, like you said. You know, even down to, goodness me, 11th place, right? Because you're looking at this bracket, which is very, very slim. And just a big game like that could set you upwards towards that top side. So at this point in time, very likely we'll see some big changes today in terms of the leaderboard. We could see some very surprising numbers on the leaderboard. Nova being down towards the bottom is a little bit worrisome. However, for Nova, we're just talking to some of their fans, some of the people who have known them for a long time. They do have the chops on them to bring out an insane couple of days. Would send them right towards the top. We've seen them do it before. It's always terrifying to see Nova get on that streak.
Circle popped on the east side. Does keep a little bit of water out on that east coast as well, but does allow teams to make that call, that decision to leave from Stalba, to move past Yasnaya, away from those fields. So a lot of teams can make a lot of decisions. A lot of teams are making a lot of decisions. And a lot of rotates into conflict, and that's exactly what's happening with IHC. Influence came in as well as Bururam and the home ground team. Alter Ego. At the moment, it's going 1-1. Ponbit now, left last standing.
Last one,
the squad. A little bit too far to do too much here, but Bururam still taking heavy punishment.
Yeah, again, this is what I was talking about. The team fight that really is the problem. You can see that they're making all the right moves, all the right decisions. They don't seem lost. They don't seem hopeless, but it's that extra little bit of Pmgc power that they are missing at the moment. Hopefully they can bring that back on board. Home ground fans, to cheer them on a little bit more. Right now, Ponbit, last member, not always the worst in the world. Hide out for quite some time, maybe get towards those top positions. Inco though seem to know something that everyone doesn't right now about these circles. They have a very good handle on where these are going to end up, where the centre's going to be. They're a little bit down towards that south side. I wouldn't say that mattered. I think heading up towards the north isn't really ideal in terms of positioning. Right now they have a very, very strong spot, a strong base of operations to play from. Just in terms of scouting, just in terms of getting that information on board, this is really good for them.
Bururam on 3 after their engagement. Fairly centrally on this circle. S2G north. They did spot out a player, I believe, from Influence from down the hill. Vampire have not had the most successful of days from the glory that they found in PMWI. It has been a little bit of a fall from grace in the regional stage and the group stages earlier this.
पता नहीं किस पे कर रहा हूँ मैं छोटा कर रहा है बाकी चीजें बंद कर दो क्या
But they still have a little bit more time. You talked about Nova being able to put up massive performances towards the end.
That would be ideal.
In those small day frames.
A7 को मारो भाई कोई जाके.
That would be ideal. It would be good stuff for Vampire. I think if you look at their December performance as well, it wasn't exactly what we wanted. There's moments where it felt like they really had that go time on their shoulders. Going to pump those points up, play how we usually see them play. I think the Vampire is just finding that rhythm, finding that movement that works so well for them. It's a little bit awkward, not quite there as of yet. Geekfam gets some gear delivered from on high. Yuhai does not want it though. Right pass, tries to get a little bit further in towards to play from. 4am, however, snuck their way in from that north side. Really good stuff from them. Considering they're over in North George, they've made a very apt rotate. Difficulty now for them is surrounded by a lot of teams. Getting into this position without taking any knocks is very impressive.
Fireflux on the south side, coming into conflict with Vampire.
दोनों जोन के बाहर लड़ रहे हैं भाई.
Lead in terms of their position. Could prove to be a little bit sticky. Inco still very central north side. 7 behind the queue.
दिखा रहा है क्या मेरे में दिखा.
For Influence came in.
वो पूरा स्वाग कर देगा इन्होंने मैच. नहीं अभी तो 2 गए हैं.
Going to be looking to push in from that northern side. S2G though, they've made it up to this cliff face. Stalwart want to back them off, but that's easier said than done.
Nice spot for them.
क्या ही
Up on high.
बैठे हुए हैं
Silas
पूरा
moves
एकदम
up.
एंगल बना के.
Nice to gather a little bit of this information. Very good angle though coming through from Scry in the back there with the DP.
नीड भी नहीं कर रहा वो तो.
Hugely difficult now for S2G to crest this one. Not only with Stalwart in the way, but we're also looking at 4AM. This does make this quite the difficult exit. Luckily with the circle, they've got a lot of time to work with. A lot more time for Stalwart and 4AM to even cross paths, cross blades. I think that's the time that S2G is waiting for.
कौन निकलेगा बता?
Silas peeking up, getting a little bit bold with it. Can't really afford to go down, but they do have enough cover to drop him back towards the rest of the team in the position that they're in and should be resolved.
तो ऐसे खेल रही है जैसे मैं पता नहीं.
Losing Crazy though for S2G leaves them only at 3, so they can't really afford too many slip-ups here. They want to carry on forwards. Nova spread out wide right now on this southwest side. Vampire looking to try and push between Paraboy and Order's position and Frozen's outpost on the south side. But it looks like they might have been spotted. Shots certainly been popped off.
नेड कर रहा है
There we go, Pika on the east coast, spotting out Hamzy down there.
ओ भाई बच गया यार एक बढ़िया नेड करना.
मेरे को लग रहा है रिफ्रेश करना पड़ेगा. तेरा आगे चला गया.
अबे स्कोर अच्छा यूजी है.
रिफ्रेश करके.
Boots here, and Silas wants to let him know that.
मतलब पीछे देखने लग रहा है.
Rainbows just moving over this top side to quickly take position. Meantime, S2G will restabilize. Storm's moved it further up though. This is an excellent compound for them to play from.
कुछ नहीं किया मैं.
Haven't talked about them too much, but right now have a good
नॉक किया और डैमेज भी दिया फिर भी पुश नहीं किया.
He's just a little bit out of the way. With a massive
Multiple
ridge over
angles
towards
से
their
पड़
west, they
जाएगी
are
ना.
kind of cut off from a lot of the action. It's going to keep them safe for a long while.
यही चीज चाहिए होती है.
इतनी बढ़िया जगह होल्ड कर रही है.
You could see there that S2G were very, very worried about their northern flank, and for good reason. There's still a lot of teams yet to push in from that direction, and they'll have to wait and see what they can find. Order spots out a central position, looking to put the pressure onto Squash as well. Order lighten them up. Becca not really in a position to get an answer shot back. Inco still at 4 alive with Vitali half HP down the hill. Vitali was a massive factor for them. Hopefully they will put up a performance again. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Up goes the vehicle and Geek
हाई टॉप के बंदे अब जा रहे
हैं.
Peru ने तो 4 किल ले लिए.
Specifically U-High, currently on loan.
इनके सामने गाड़ी लेके जा रहे हैं.
Has been absolutely fantastic for Geek Fam so far. Up in smoke goes Influence Kemin.
T2 वाला तो survive कर रहा है मस्त.
Considering they were on the warpath to try and ladder up just a little bit to face a Brazilian brethren towards the top of the table. Second and first, respectively.
Position point निकलवाता but मरेगा वो.
It's difficult not to take shots from that position that Inco is currently holding in.
हाँ 3 टीमें वैसे हैं.
Nova, on the other hand,
कहाँ आ गया ये मरने के लिए?
did mention this, and I think
ये भूखे बेड़ी है भाई यहीं बैठे हैं तब से टास्क आ गया.
नेट आ गया नेट से फटेगा नहीं फट रहा है. अबे खुद पे मोड़ लेगा नेट से ना.
अब एसटी वाले भी है ना इधर तब वो कर देंगे. तेरा समझ आ रहा है
पर बच जाएगा वो.
अगर बिल्कुल वहाँ चला गया तो.
To play that close position.
बंदों को जमीन पे जगह नहीं मिलेगी ना पानी में.
अब गए एसटी वाले भाई यहाँ ओपन से खाएंगे गोली.
ऊपर पीका.
ओ भाई टॉप की टीम है.
And Geek Fam take them down, the Malaysian squad up to 5 eliminations now with U-High.
मार रहा भाई.
Get some healing done across the way.
मारो एनियस को भी मार दो मैं. तो नहीं मार पाया मैं.
1, 2, 3 players falling and Alpha coming apart at the seams as well. One player now
remains for them. मारो भाई खत्म करो.
हेल बैटल तो नहीं कर रहा.
4AM assisting
अबे जोन के बाहर है वो.
ये अबे ये पानी में डाल दी इसने तो.
Little boy showing what he's worth. He certainly is
भाई
worth a
दिक्कत
lot
हो जाएगी
for the
भाई.
team.
मारो तो भाई इसको.
For Alpha 7, it's a case of that moving a little bit too late. They
गेक वाला तो फॉर्म में लग रहा है
भाई. S2G वाला कितने स्मोक से बचेंगे भाई. खत्म करो.
To send eastwards. 4AM had already left. You can see how much this has benefited them on the circle here towards that northern side. We'll have to move down.
ST के पास क्या पोजीशन है भाई अगर जोन वहीं बनना था.
For Wolves, we haven't talked about them too much at the moment, but this is a strong spot. Have high ground.
मैं तो उसको देख रहा हूँ टीटे को,
Great chance for
वो
them
भी बचा हुआ
today.
है जोन में भी,
Really bring things back
बस
up to
गीके को मार
speed.
दिया.
The Chinese team's not performing to the caliber that we maybe expected coming in from the
ओ
PEL.
भाई इतना ध्यान से इतना टाइम नहीं देना था मारने के लिए.
Shows us just how much they're willing
इसको मार दो
to
भाई
take
टॉप
that. Top takes a knee, should be resible, but still.
गया वो तो
At
नहीं
least a
बचने
little
वाला.
putting there for four angry men.
स्पॉट हो चुका पानी में तो
Still,
नहीं.
a lot of players to push into this one edge.
I am not immune to caster cursing, but yesterday I was talking about 4M quite a bit.
Vampire
This team has
Vampire Nova हो
one of
गया.
the best chances out of the Chinese teams to really make a breakout for that top 5 today. Purely
ये
off the
कैसे
back of
zone
just
enter
watching
करेंगे
back
भाई?
the VOD yesterday and
देखो.
looking at certain
एक को मार
positions
दिया.
that they took around the circle. Highly tactical, very cerebral.
Entry
ओ भाई
मिल
पूरा
जाएगी.
कोई है ही नहीं भाई वहाँ पे देख रहा है.
Entry मिल जाएगी.
बस एंट्री मिल गई भाई. अब क्या ही जगह से गए भाई.
They still have that firepower to
वो ये
boot.
तो
So I
गए.
think 4M, this
इनकी
could
तो
be a
खाना
very
पड़ेगी
good
जब
day.
यहाँ सामने से आ रहे
Still
हैं.
reasonably consistent yesterday. They do need to get.
ओ भाई दोनों ओ भाई और
Oh, they are just
Free kill बोलते हैं.
जी वाली भी गई 4 नंबर पे टीम थी वो भी गई है शायद नहीं बच गई.
And in the meantime, influence came in also full, so just Inco stands
दो बचे थे ना,
of the
दो बच गए
Brazilian
ना.
top 3. 4 players alive for them. You said it was precarious, the position that they had.
Vampire वालों ने तो धुआं
Hail Mary
कर दिया.
potentially,
कितना
but
धुआं.
they have now managed to
नहीं,
outlast everybody else
हम
that's
तो कोना पकड़ के
surrounding
खुश
them
हो
on
जाते
those
हैं.
tables. So
बैठे रहो लड़ने दो.
ये वैसे वो जगह चाहिए
Still,
उनको.
0 eliminations.
वो जगह मिलेगी तभी
12 teams in the
चिकन है,
lobby.
वरना तो चूतिया बनती.
There's a very high
दो ही
chance
बंदे
right
हैं
now
ले लेंगे
that
जगह.
Inco,
बस नोवा ना आ
the
जाए.
team's at risk. AE also with just Pombit remaining, very at risk. I think for Inco, one of these top
Knock.
teams, it's going to be a difficult push for them. A lot of open space around them. You can see they're already being harassed. Nova's
क्या
got a
हो रहा
great
है?
bead off this position too, and they'll be
ये
continuing
वॉच
to
पार्टी है
watch
पाजी,
down
आना
over
जॉइन
towards
कर लो
it.
तुम भी.
Jimmy
वॉच-
scouts out just a little bit, gets some shots.
बेबस
on his
इंसान
way.
था वो बेचारा.
Unfortunately, Pombit will fall to Inco. First
अच्छा.
elimination of the game found.
बे ऑर्डर को पेल दिया.
puts them up to that 70-point mark. They're now 8 points behind.
भाई
after
हो
7.
जाएगा वो.
मुझे लग रहा है
On
एसटी
their
वाले
run
चिकन ले
here.
जाएंगे.
11 teams remain, 34 players.
एसटी का तो है चिकन उनको जगह मस्त मिली है.
जगह भी है और
Angry Man,
फोरमैन जिंदा
Inco,
रहेंगे. ये हाले मर मर के
Stalwart
बचेंगे.
currently with 4
अभी
players alive.
4M के
If
पास
Nova
है,
can get the
DRS के
res, then
पास
they'll
है.
join them.
ब्रू के पास नहीं है.
It looks like they will be
एसटी
able to
हाँ.
do so. Fireflux on the
तीन
south
चार
side.
टीम है बस, 4
Took some
फोरमैन
punishment
है.
earlier on their rotations.
भाई वैम्पायर भी जिंदा है भाई अभी तो.
They feel a little bit more. Wolves
डिस्कॉर्ड पे आ जा, डिस्कॉर्ड पे हम.
have lost a player.
नहीं
short,
ऊपर
they're
की
still
टीमों
in
के
high
मार
ground position.
इतनी टीमें 4-5
The issue with
टीमें
this
तो
high
ऊपर की
ground
गई.
spot is that it's very open. I think getting
इनको
here
बचा हुआ है
early
भाई.
on,
अरे
so
वही तो है
forced to
आराम
play
वो
this
तो.
spot, but you have to play it very
ओवरटेक कर लेगा उसको.
aggressively. Looking at Wolves yesterday, I don't think they have
ले भाई जोन
that strength,
अभी भी
that
पीका
power
पे एसटी पे.
to really push out from this position.
इस
to
पे
start
भी है,
blasting.
इनको पे भी है.
Next circle moves back over towards
इनको को
Inco,
भाई
in fact.
दो बंदे देख रहे हैं ना
There's a
एनवी और
great
ये
chance
ब्रू
that
वाले.
they continue to stay strong. Though,
और ये
in
वॉल
fact,
भी
pushed
वाला
out
इन्हीं को
just a little
पेलेंगे.
bit, and this might be time for Inco to pull out those DMRs they currently have in the pocket.
मतलब गेट के फोन वाला.
Some shots back across. You can see there the mini 14.
ये वॉल्फ वाले की तो भाई जगह भी बढ़िया है वैसे अगर सही यूटिलाइज कर लेंगे तो.
Seems that they are maybe potentially a little bit low on meds. You talked about how they trash loot quite a lot. They have taken.
और हमने तो स्नाइपर टावर को ऐसे जकड़ रखा है तब से भाई. छोड़ा ही.
स्नाइपर टावर पर
किसी जगह में कैसे खेल पा रहे हैं भाई मानना पड़ेगा.
Trying to put hurt in towards
क्रॉस
the
एंड
help
वो
bars of
रखता हूँ
Angry
क्रॉस
Men.
फायर है.
But the repositions are good. The smokes are
उसका
there.
विजन
They're
ब्लॉक
looking
किया
to try
इधर
and
से.
flow around this side.
Yeah, this is smart to be honest with you because 4M's
अब लेना
top
पड़ेगा
down
उनको
currently
स्नाइपर
is locked
टावर.
away from
T2 भाई
STG.
मानना पड़ेगा भाई T2.
They won't be able to
तो
engage
गाना
in
आ
this
गया.
fight.
Yes,
So for
to-
STG, they've identified this is probably the only play they have.
वैम्पायर गई क्या?
For 4AM, they need to react to this soon.
ना
It's a
ना
great
अभी एक
nade on the
लास्ट
top
प्ले
of
में था
Ching
बस
Chen.
उसका वैम्पायर का.
Perfectly placed. They're out in the open.
ये गेम
They couldn't
खेलना
take the
यार
shots,
उनको
but
सही
a
क्या
nade
हो
like
गई
that will do
है.
the trick massively.
It's unlikely that 4 Angry Men are going to get that flash there, but there is a line.
मुझे डर है नोवा भी चिकन ले जाए.
Svan just launched one over the top of S2G. Pulled down there.
फोरमैन है वो
into
भी
the
वैंस
depths.
किया.
No more will we see the team from Turkey in
22
this
बंदे.
game. Now Inco on the
ये
western
वुल्फ
coast
वाले
of Rotterdam to deal with as
चढ़ने कैसे दे
well.
रहे हैं
South
भाई?
side being pushed in by DRS.
वुल्फ वाले नहीं
The
झेल
Wolves
पाएंगे
up the
उधर
top have Nova to deal with as well.
एकदम से बूम
You're gonna love this play from
Wolves
DRS.
चलेगा,
I mean,
हर
they
तरफ से
knew that
पड़ेगी
this
लग रहा है।
position would afford them time.
साला गाड़ी घुमाने लग रहे हैं।
Remain patient. Now it's going to start paying
ना शोर नहीं दिख रहे
dividends towards the end of the
नहीं
game.
नीड आसमान से नीड आएगा।
Long nade there.
ओ मैस
Nearly tagged Svan, but
अरे ऐसी कल किसी ने नेट मारा था
Now
मैं
you
तो
tickle.
बंदे कह रहे थे क्या
Tiger
कैलकुलेशन है
in the buggy.
वो बंदा गाड़ी
Put
पार्क
down.
कर रहा था जब
52 वाला तो भाई जीना हराम करके रहने का इनका लग रहा है। 1v3 ना कर
Last
ले
player
इनको।
from T2K, speaking of last standing.
वो मैच रिकॉर्ड दे रहे हैं।
You've got to think the Foreign Red do not know that there's a player nearby. Maybe they think this has come from Stalwart. Are they going to check
Oh,
this
भाई,
angle? Ching seems to have jumped out on the ridge.
Really
Spotted,
action.
and that's
भाई
action
ये
taken
ओपनिंग हो
down
गई भाई
for
इनकी
still.
तो। अब ये
T2K have
कुछ
not
समझ
had
जाएंगे कि
time
भाई
to
ये हो
go
गया
for this
सीन।
peak, but now is the time to strike. Good Xiao on the
Oh,
inside.
bhai.
Looks
Oh,
for
bhai,
the
oh,
oh, a spray around from
ले
WWF.
गया।
There's only one player now to deal with.
Oh,
He's
भाई,
gonna
बच
try
गया।
and chuck the right flank.
ओ भाई ST वाले आ गए।
Good Xiao.
ST वाले आ गए।
Angry men in this.
किल ले जाएंगे
Stalwart
सारे
not
किल
gonna
ले
let
जाएंगे
the
ST
pace
वाले
up. Oh, look
हाँ
at
नेडी
this.
नेड आ रहे हैं
Molotovs
खत्म
are good,
खत्म।
and they can
कोई
start
बच
to
गया।
rain hell down from above.
This is
Whoa.
अरे यार
disgusting.
एक नेड और कर दो।
Stalwart took their chance, but T2K
चार
might
किल है।
have just ruined the chances of
यार
falling
ये
in
भी
and
इतना
get
कंट्रोल
all
नहीं
players
चाहिए
back
यार।
up on their feet. Perhaps they can
हाले फ्री किल
restabilize
चले
this
गए
one, but that was
सारे
looking
थे
very nasty.
ने एक नेड तो फेंका वो आ रहा है एक नेड।
Moves the shot in towards the
खत्म है
UAS.
सारे खत्म है खत्म है
Just
खत्म
in
है।
case there's any more bullets coming their way. Scry though, look at this. Has the nade. It's a pretty easy
Obe,
shot for them.
yes.
Has to assume
Obe,
that they're gonna get.
kappa.
It's a
Obe.
little bit long, but another one
अबे यहाँ
still
मारो ना
on the
कहाँ मार
pin.
रहे हो?
Mercifully, the
ओबे
blue zone
कैसे
stops
बैठे हो झुंड की
there.
तरह
मैं उछल रहा है वो तो मार नहीं रहा कुक भी नहीं किया।
But Scry
That could be the forecast.
बड़ा
wants
गुस्सा आ
to
रहा है ना
turn
स्काई को
this
देख
cover into their coffin.
मारना अरे
It could
अभी तो
absolutely, but
अरे यार एक HP पे दे यार वो
gonna
yes।
give that one
चार
back.
किल।
Four Angry Men allowed another opportunity. 7 eliminations, and all 4 of them somehow
3 किल तो ले
are
लिया फिर
still
भी
alive,
yes।
but they have to move further south.
It is a really
ये
tough
देख
position to kind of counteract that one.
कौन पहले स्पॉट करेगा बता
Because you
फुल वाले
get
यार
the
इतना
instant
ढील।
flush on that second grade
मुझे लग रहा है
grenade
खुद
from
भी अपना
Span,
ट्रिगर
who
कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं
assumed
नहीं
that's
मार
that
रहे
team
हैं देख लिया बस।
done. But no, it's not
पैर
the way
में
it
डाला
is.
मार
Wolves
के।
though find one over towards Fire Flux, leaving them down to just the 2
DRS वाले
players.
कुत्ता बनाने वाले हैं
One
मतलब
now.
Catch on the hillside.
इनको की दिक्कत हो गई है
भाई
इनको वालों को।
Earlier,
नोवा लेगी चिकन
just been picked down, pushed.
पिका एसटी वाले अभी भी लग रहा है
South edge.
confidence
DRS
नहीं है
continued
उनको।
their pressure.
इनको
Continued
भाई
their chokehold.
भाई यार अभी
They
भी
continue
8
their
टीम है
approach as well, but they are
कुछ
not
खास
in this
point
next
नहीं
circle.
मिलेंगे
They will
position
have
के।
to take the 4v3 with Ketch as a wild card entrant.
मेरे को दिक्कत है वो सेकंड
Head of the
नंबर वाला
curve on
टीम
that
बची
western
हुई
side
है
will stop any retreat from Wolves.
वो हाला कर देगा वो टेक
Locking them in. Good smokes
चार
here
बंदे
for
हो
4
गए
AM.
स्मोक
No,
स्मोक
right now for them, it's just getting into this circle.
मारो मारो
Stalwart in a
पैस
similar position
गया
where they have
गया
got to play around with. 4AM with
किल
forced to
टप्पा
take
है
all
पूरा।
the vehicles out of the mix, out of the picture, to prevent being exploded. And
Oh,
Stalwart's
yes.
just had insane oversight over 4AM since the beginning. But again, they're
Oh,
looking
भाई
for a longer game here. That's brilliant from Good Xiao. That's going to give them
God
time.
still।
And time is what they
यही
need.
बंदा था जिसने
And there
1v3
was a
किया है।
second knock as well going over towards Stalwart from Svan. Really nicely found
अरे
now.
भाई।
DRS are going to try and mount this assault onto the
ओ
Wolves
भाई,
position, but it is
क्या
not
बात
going
है।
their
वालों ने
way.
push कर दिया भाई,
Remember,
गए
last
लोग।
player standing. It's 1 for 1. Oh, and Nade takes his teammate.
फायदा
right
उठा
out
लिया
from
भाई उन्होंने,
underneath him,
सही।
Sweeps the
अब
leg.
नो वाले
A crawl
पेल देंगे
forwards from
भाई।
Delta to get the information as Rules gets healed on up. They spot
Oh
the player
भाई
down in the
साहब।
ditch, but he goes for the player to
Oh
flush.
भाई।
And it's the Wolves to stay
Comeback।
alive with one.
तो
Great
हल्के में ले
there
रहे
for
थे
the
इसको
Wolves. Fortunately, still a player remaining in
तो
Nova.
मार रहा है
एक्सपीरियंस दिखा रहे हैं यार अपना ये
Eliminations,
बंदे।
looking to take this all the way. Span hits the deck.
जिनका अकेला
6
बंदा
teams
भी
remaining. Would like to
फाड़
go a
रहा
little
है
bit longer here. Ching Chen.
एसटी वालों को भी दिक्कत हो गई यार ये क्या है यार ये गलत हो गया। ये
वो तो
बहन
इतना होल्ड कर रहे
से
हैं यार एसटी वाले काम
He brought 4AM back into the mix versus
पीछे वो आ गया,
T2K.
ये
Can he
साला
do it
इधर है।
again here versus
गया यार तो
Stalwart.
Around the side of the
Lagi.
rock, spots a tail there.
Oh.
Oh, Robbie shut down.
अबे भाई
Excellent move from
छह बॉल
Peter.
वाला ले।
Be able to keep him alive,
ओ
but
भाई
there is the Wolves
ये
yet
मजे ले गया
again,
भाई
lighting it up
जिसको मैं
here
चूतिया
in
समझा था
Jakarta.
वही मजे ले
Remember, still going
अभी भी
strong
इसका
here.
हाइट है
Nova,
साले पे।
though,
3
looking
किल
to
ले गया
have that
लौंडा
resurgence today.
यार लग रहा
भाई
है इनको का डंडा बज गया यार।
का चिकन
Get the
लग रहा है
bots
मुझे
in. They make the changes. And that's when things start to
Zone
pop off.
favor कर
10
गया उनको बहुत।
eliminations now now. 4 a.m. Qingzhen
उसके
still
सामने
going
एक ही टीम है,
in the top
एक ही बंदा
five. This is
बैठा
going to be
है,
a big
बाकी
game for them regardless.
चिकन है भाई।
Inco is still alive as well.
कर रहा है इनको।
नोवा को जोन जाना है।
What a way to survive it. I mean, they've just been
इसको भी स्पॉट कर लिया भाई ब्रो को। वो सबको ही कर लिया।
Everybody else has been fighting over the coastal areas. You know, with the amount of players they have and the position they're holding,
ले दिया भाई।
क्या भाई फॉर्म
they
में आ गया
could pick up
बंदा।
a chicken dinner here in Inco fashion. A big win at the
वो
start of
बंदा
the day.
सबकी गाना मारेगा मुझे लग रहा है डब्ल्यू
Nice and healthy throughout the rest. Fifth place for
कुछ तो दिक्कत दिख जाएगा ये।
great game for them. That'll see them on a much better average coming into the next games. But Inco looking to retake that first place
नोवा
spot.
के ही मारेगा मुझे लग रहा है।
Not only that, Nova looking to
जैसे नोवा पे
have this
हाइट वाला है,
resurgence.
हाई
We talked
पोर्शन।
about their capability to do so. We are starting to see that now, Black.
इतने कम बंदे मैंने पहली बार देखा इस जोन में।
Good information down towards Inco.
ओपन है ना ज्यादा है ना।
मतलब टीमें कम
Love
है।
to get rid of this last member
Player
from
है।
Wolves, but Vitali steps up for Snoba. Health bar's looking very good.
कितना पैसिव खेल रहे हैं इनको वाले।
भाई इनको कंसिस्टेंटली खेल रहे हैं।
They're all out of brollies at this point in time. Starting to spread out now.
Vitali
Remember, last player from the Wolves holding on the south edge. An entrant into the final circle.
इनके तीन किल है। नोवा वाले भी पैसिव फुल।
Going to be 3 parties to this
गया
fight.
गया ले गया वो। एक दो तो ले ही जाएगा मुझे लग
Worried
रहा है।
about Remember's position and the smoke start to line up.
अच्छा पहले नोवा वाले स्पॉट कर लेंगे ना।
Spread out from
ले
Inco.
रहे हैं ओ भाई कर दिया भाई पैरा वो है ना।
Right now, and these smokes are going to play well
Spot
for
कर
both
लिया
of them.
भाई।
Paraboy
हो गया भाई
sees the
टाइम
Wolves to
ओन
bed.
बदल गया।
Finally playing
कहेगा
भाई हो
सामने
गया। अब आ गया।
जल्दी इसलिए है।
Squash on the back line, a nade over the top. Paraboy
ले गया
looking
इनका
to play
चिकन।
on the left
नेट
flank
फोड़
with this
दिया
smoke.
मगर।
Can he light them up when he needs to?
ओ
Squash
भाई।
found and
भाई पैरा वो एकदम बगल में आ गया भाई
in favor of Nova.
दो बंदों के पास है वो।
Put
पता ही नहीं
pressure on with this line that they have. They have the more central area.
वो एक गेम चेंज करेगा।
आगे गेम चेंज हो गई उन्हीं की।
Paraboy spotted, taken down. Jimmy in order now. 2 players to go, but it is
order
order to even the
दिखा
odds.
दिया भाई ये बेस्ट प्लेयर है बस।
Beautiful beak around the trunk of the tree, and Jimmy
ओ
was
बे क्या हो गया?
a star.
अबे बस।
And he lines them up and shots
ओ अले
converts a seemingly
क्या मारा भाई ऑर्डर ने लेकिन मजा आ गया।
transfer.
यार
Cannot
चिकन
see
रह
that
गया।
one coming, but there is absolute skill and finesse in that final moment.
नोवा का
ये
गेम चल
देख
रहा है।
Real
ब्राजील
spot
देख।
towards the west side the circle, able to get behind that rock and play from it. But there's sat in disarray
इंसान है कि
towards the
भगवान
end
है,
of
देख
the
के आ
game.
जाके।
Swings all the way round, plays off the back of that rock, and what a
अब
headshot
इसका इलाज
coming
बता यार,
through
ये
over
बेंचर
towards
अटैक रहा है
other
इसके।
side. It looked like he had it under control.
ये
ready
तुम वो
to
कम
lay
कर दे
down
इसका
the
बिट
gavel
रेट।
and caught, but then a better
बिट रेट कम कर दो। अभी स्ट्रीम दोबारा चलानी पड़ेगा ना फिर।
day was that criminal that could not be caught.
रिफ्रेश
He is
हो जाएगी।
just too slick with it.
चलते में नहीं होता क्या?
पता नहीं मेरे को।
Wow, wow, wow. I did
मेरे
not even
में
expect
ऑप्शन
them
नहीं आ
to
रहा
go
चलते हुए पे